We have covered the works of Fowler Wright in episodes 26 and 195. Today we'll review his 1945 Vengeance of Gwa. It occurs in the distant past, yet is not merely a prehistoric fantasy. The story takes place in a land divided in 3 parts. A high, inaccessible mountain, covered in dead vegetation, but with 2 inaccessible gorges full of water, peopled by a savage and deadly race of apes. The second being a very fertile land, populated by the giant yet malicious Hotu people, and finally, a much less fertile land, populated by the weakest of the 3, the human Baradi race. There is, however, a distant 4th place, an advanced futuristic civilization from which the semi-main character comes from unwillingly. It is Raina, who is expelled from this idyllic society, where no one ever hungers or wants, for vague disagreements we are never made privy to, thrown out naked in the heart of the jungle, and told she can come back in a year, if she can make her way back naked, unarmed, and without provisions of any kind. Now this society is never established in any more detail, and is never shown again. Raina herself actually doesn't possess any kind of advanced technical knowledge, which renders her coming from an advanced society rather pointless. When thrown out in the jungle, Raina is captured by one of the apes, who make her a slave, using their slaves to pass the huge gaps the dominant apes do not wish to chance to get water. However, those who do are beset upon by giant birds, and Raina escapes only by hopping on one that tries to kill her and then landing in the water below. Raina had actually made an ally among the slaves, but the feisty ape girl is left behind, and despite 1 or 2 references in passing, never shows up again, despite the attention given her by Wright. Raina then appears out of nowhere in the Baradi land just as Tella, the novice priestess, prophesies a woman coming from on high. She is considered a goddess and befriends Tella, and together they plot a war to take the apes' land. King Buene is eager to listen to Tella's plan, as a mysterious sickness, which is never identified, decimates the land and makes many die every year. Also, Tella is Riley's daughter, hidden away by Buene's wife Bira, as all female children of a Baradi king must die, as he may have but 1 son. Bira had, however, not only stolen another child to die in Tella's place, she had killed 2 other wives Buene had married when they were with child, her ambition being to be the one to whom his heir would be born. The part where Tella and Raina sit in the priestess cave and debate the way in which to wage war on the apes is the weakest, as it drones on in static conversation. However, the attack fails and only provokes the apes, and at the same time the Hotus, to whom the king sent an emissary, prove to be malicious and quite willing to have more than a taste of Baradi flesh, leading to very dire straits. The book's chief problem is that it does not establish many characters among the Baradi beside the king, his wife, his daughter, his counselor, and 2 military leaders, one of whom die away before the end. So the following destruction is a bit impersonal, as we are only meant and made to care about Raina and a few others when in danger, and not anyone else even during a wholesale massacre. The novel also ends abruptly when you would think Raina's story would go on in some fashion. Her homeland, or the friends she had made among the apes, are just forgotten about. This is part 2 of a trilogy, but her story seems to end here and hang in the air a bit, which is a shame, since this is a well-written adventure fantasy.